Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 6, Episode 11, Bettie Blues. Hey, y'all. Excuse my her. Y'all remember that little girl? She probably not a little girl anymore. But anyway, I'm taking these braids down like right after this. Right after this. You can't even see a part right up in here. Right up in here. Ain't no parts. Part where? I really want to wear my braids for like I be wanting to wear them a whole year. Can't do that. Can't even they ain't even lasting a month really. And I know the natural girls are gonna say that's too long. I should be taking my braids out in like 2 weeks. That's really what they be saying. And it's like 2 weeks and I done paid $200? Man, please. Them braids staying in 3, 4, 5 weeks. Anyway, y'all ain't here. Y'all didn't come here for that. Let's get to the review, okay? All right. So Kimmy and Maurice, they still feel like this is a comeback group initiative, so they're together on that. And I know I said last week that Kimmy, her stance on this was that she did want to get paid, but no, she's not worried about the money at all. Her main issue is that this is a comeback group initiative and they have just completely said under new management and that we're not doing that. Marceau disagrees. He feels like putting anything under the comeback group like umbrella kind of makes things dysfunctional. And Kimmy is like, but you are the most dysfunctional in the dysfunction. And Mel, she chimes in asking about the date, when it's going to be held and all of that. They give her the date. She's like, I ain't going to be able to do it. I got a singing engagement. I'm doing some openings for Eric Bellinger. And I'm like, you singing them songs, them songs you was recording? It's not like a speaking, like you're not hosting, like emceeing. You opening, like you gonna get up there and sing that stuff? Okay. Mel comes from, she comes, she got words for Tisha, because basically, she doesn't understand why everybody want to know what Mel is doing and what decisions she's gonna make and whether she's gonna go this way or that way. They kind of start arguing. They really get nowhere with this situation. Maurice says that if everybody is in, then he's in. If it's not gonna be everybody, then he's not gonna be involved. Mel, she's still unsure because Marceau asked her again, will you speak in person? Because she talking about sending in a tape or something. And they like, no, this is a live event. We're going to need you to be here. Or be there live on the Zoom call or something. You're not sending in no pre-recorded nothing. They really get nowhere, like I said. Anyway, because Mel says she's not sure. She needs baby steps. Because you was just telling me that I had a dark soul and all of this, that, and the third. And so, I'm going to need some time. I'm going to need some time. I'm going to need some time to wrap my mind around being back around Martell. She ain't interested in working with him in any capacity. Being around him, none of that. So Mel has a lot to think about. All right, so Mel and Nell, they go and do a pole dancing class. So Mel, it seems, no, I take that back. Because I was going to say, it seems like she's only going to film with Nell. But no, she actually filmed with Tisha in this episode, and so I can't say that. But Nell is someone who she feels very comfortable with, and so she will open up with her at least a little bit. They do the whole pole dancing class situation. It's cute. To talk about Mel's Valentine's Day, and she spent it out of the country with her new man. Of course, Nell got questions. So who is this man? I saw the pictures, blah, blah, blah. She says she trusts Nell, like I said, so she gives her, breadcrumbs. She gives her breadcrumbs. She just tells her that she's pretty smitten with this man. He checks every box for her. Nell asks when she's going to meet him soon. Not right now, but you'll meet him at some point. She's just like, can we get a name, some occupation, something, girl? Mel says no. No, we won't be giving a name. We won't be giving a name. And she says, y'all might not get his name until I announce that I done got married. That's where she at with it. Anyway, people who are like that are weird. It's very weird to me that whole keep away with the details of your love life, as if your love life is so interesting that everybody's just lying in wait to find out. Granted, doing that makes people want to know more, and that's possibly why people do that whole I'm gonna play coy thing. But it's so whack. It's so whack. You know, like on social media, you just gonna show his hand and your hand holding hands. Why you need to tell us you got a man in general? Why, girl? Why we care at all that you got a man if you are this secret? Now nobody's saying blast your business, but if you are in a relationship and you are happy to be with that person, there should be no qualms with you broadcasting that to the people that follow you on your social media or whatever, unless you worried about somebody swooping in and snatching them up. And if that's the case, then that's a bigger problem. You got bigger fish to fry. You know, like being private with the details of your relationship and all of that, like what y'all doing in the bedroom, that sort of thing. You know, how good he is to all that kind of stuff is unnecessary and not for the gram, Facebook, none of that. But a simple, oh yeah, I'm dating. I'm dating right now. His name is X, Y, and Z. He does blah 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 blah. You know, and be going to be happy, but pretending you know giving us a little bit here and there. Like I said, little breadcrumbs here and there. Girl, fuck you. Keep all of it. Keep all your information. Because if that's what you want, if that's how you're gonna roll it out, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't get that. I don't get that. I think it's just it's all for attention. You want attention. You want people to ask you about your man. You want people to ask, oh, who is it? You want that. Which is why it's that don't, you know, post the gifts and all of that, but don't post the person that spent the money on it. So are you a trick? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And then you want to be coy when people start asking you questions like, we badgering you. What you thought the people was gonna do when all you did was post a picture of him with his arm across your titties? Yeah, we want to know who that touched your titties, man. Who is that? That's not platonic. Who's that? Anyway, why is that flashing like that? Y'all see it? Because I see it. But then when I look over there in the direction of the window, it's nothing really happening outside. Anyway, moving on. I'm moving on from Mel because Mel in there playing coy. She changes the subject to the Black Expo. Like I said, she's a solo act. Mel's not really. She ain't trying to get back in bed with these folks, get back in business with the Scotts or Martell. So that's where she is with it. All right, Tisha and Marceau, they are moving, as we know, and so they're looking at rental properties. Marceau is like, oh, this is nice, and you know, and me and I forgot their son's name. Is he Marceau Jr.? We can stay at the house, and Tisha looking at him like, stay what house? No. We all gonna be under one roof. He tried to slide it in like, oh, this is my opportunity to be away from her ass. Cause that's what it reads. That's what it's giving. It's not giving, oh, I need to sleep in under the same roof that we're renovating. Like, nobody, who does that? If y'all have to leave because of demolition and all of that, then why do you think I'm supposed to believe that you need to stay? You need to stick around while the rest of your family is over here in staying in a rental property. You want to stay at the house because you got to do the work. And she basically, Tisha puts her foot down. Absolutely not. Won't be none of that. This family will be staying together under one roof. You will not. No, bachelor pad. No, he's like, it won't be a bachelor pad with my son. Absolutely. Absolutely, you'll bring some Jones around there, unbeknownst to that boy. Or while he's away. Child, please. There will be plenty of opportunities for Marceau to get into some mess if Tisha was to allow that to go down. Marceau, you tried, but no. He talking about if he can't do the work, the labor, and they have to outsource it, then that's going to be costly. It's going to come out of both of their allowances. She like, okay, you still not staying over there at that house while we stay over here. No, we're not doing that. Smart move, Tisha. Anyway, Courtney and Marceau. This is a pointless meetup. It's just like, it's always so it's just not organic. Like, I don't believe that Courtney would just drop in on you. I'm just not buying it. The small talk and all of that, please. Anyway, Courtney asked about Marceau's experiences with working with his family. He knows all about it with working with Aunt Wanda. Courtney shares that they had to fire Stormy's first cousin, Junior. Maurice says, like I said, I mean not Maurice, Marceau says, he knows all about it. He once had to fire Maurice. And so he's not new to this hiring and firing family thing. You got to do it. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. Courtney says that they haven't heard from this cousin since then, and so it might be an issue, but he gonna try to work it out. Tisha and Mel meet up. They get their small talk out of the way. How the kids, blah, blah, blah. Tisha feels like Mel wasn't as vocal as she normally would be in the meeting. Mel says that, a lot has happened in the 3 years. Mel is always so, this is the one thing that I can't stomach this type of shit when people talking to me. It's like, don't talk to me like you're not talking to me. Like it's when people, you speaking like I'm not sitting right here, like you're not directly talking about me. Well, people had this to say and people had that to say and people did this and people did that. You mean I did that? She thinks she's glossing over it or, being nice about it, but it's very passive aggressive to not directly address who you're talking to or about or whatever. To sit up in that girl's face like you're not reprimanding her for how her meeting went, how she spoke to you, whatever. If you feel away, go on and say it. Don't hide behind, well, a lot happened in 3 years and a lot was said in the past. A lot has happened between, certain individuals. Girl, what? Can you speak for yourself and only for yourself? Can you please be a little bit more direct with all this passive aggressiveness? Girl, just go on and say, you remember all the shit y'all was talking. You was just saying this, that, and the third at the reunion about my soul. Girl, I'm not ready to work with you yet. That's all you have to say. It doesn't have to stir the pot or anything like that, because I know that they've agreed to move on. All that. And if that's the case, then don't, in your next breath, passive aggressively try to, call me out. Anyway. She says it's gonna have to take her some baby steps. She says here she go. It's irrational to think that we should come together and after we've only taken baby steps. She hasn't moved on. She hasn't moved on from it. I'm talking about God ain't told her to move forward with the Black Expo. So that's where she's at. She really just wants to take a more hands-off approach. She would rather just give her 2 cents and go. Tisha's like, well, will you at least come down to the venue with me so that you can let the group know that you won't be a part this time? And Mel eating, and she just shake her head no and keep on eating like she don't hear, just completely dismisses her. Because, girl, I'm not relaying this message for you. Come on down here and you tell everybody that you don't want to be a part and that you don't, this is the extent to which you're gonna offer your services. It's just a little advice here and there. Mel says she gonna send a video to Maurice, and she says she gonna send it to Tisha too. I'm gonna put my number in your phone. She gonna finally give Tisha her number. Then say, don't be calling me. Don't be FaceTiming me now. I said I'm gonna send a video. Don't be FaceTiming me. Leaves Tisha with the bill and heads on out the door. Anyway, Stormy and her mother, they're burning sage before her auntie Lisa and cousin Junior come over. Oh, this whole situation. I can't do the back and forth, but Lisa don't like the fact that Betty just dropped on her that Junior got fired. And she ain't like her tone and delivery. And Betty's like, well, how she want me to say it? Well, what you wanted me to say? What? Lisa is also upset that Stormy didn't talk to her about it. That Stormy didn't mention it because it's Stormy's business. Stormy's like, I was under the impression that Junior would tell you himself. You know, so the fact that this happened has now created a rift between the two sisters, and they really got some deep-seated issues in general because they fight like they still teenagers. The way they go back and forth, they looked ridiculous. They looked ridiculous and juvenile. They are way too long in the tooth to carry on the way that they were carrying on. It gets so bad, Betty, she bring up, because Betty like, she don't understand how Junior could even find himself to be fired in the first place. You're supposed to have Stormy back. You're not supposed to be hot. You of all people are supposed to be on your job. You're supposed to be doing what's expected. And then some because this your cousin. Instead, you got fired. Lisa also don't like Betty always talking about she gonna whoop somebody because that's a 29-year-old man. You're not whooping off in nothing. No, you're not doing that, Betty. Betty throw out the fact. She say, after all Stormy has done for you, has done for Junior, she done looked out for him in so many ways. She done bailed him out of jail. She done gave him $15,000 to get him out of jail. Oh, that did it. That did it. Aunt Lisa, get up. Take this shit off me. You gonna just blast my son out in front of capacity like that? Just gonna tell the world, gonna tell the millions that my son went to jail? All right. She has a fit. She's ready to go. She's done. Cause now you done crossed the line. That's my child. We're not about to do that. I wasn't around here talking about the time Stormy went to jail. Stormy just put her head down because now the world knows she got arrested and went to jail. Stormy tells us in her confessional she was 19. She was in college. The judge threw it out because she was a nice college student. Apparently, she done went off on somebody. She done damaged somebody's property. Probably keyed a car. You know, trashed somebody's dorm room. It was probably over a nigga. You know, it was over some dumb shit. But she was 19. She said she spent 3 days in there, you know, and that's that. She ain't shame. But Mama Betty and Aunt Lisa, I don't know how we're gonna get them on one accord. Stormy can't get them to sit down to talk for nothing. They just going at it. About to fight, all that. Stormy goes outside to check on Aunt Lisa because Aunt Lisa does excuse herself. She said, listen, Mama's in there with Junior. I need you to go back in there. She hops up because she can't leave her child alone. She go in there, leave my child alone. Leave my child alone. They don't get nowhere. Betty in there talking about, make me. Oh, they end up fussing again. Betty say, fuck her. Lisa say, fuck her. That's what she at with it. Stormy go out there crying and everything. It doesn't help. Stormy thinks that the breakdown between her mother and aunt happened when her grandfather, which is their father, fell ill. And somebody, somebody, one of the siblings has to step up and basically care for the rest of the family. And Betty ended up being that person. She ended up stepping up. And I think she got a little bit of resentment towards her sister because of it. They need therapy. They need therapy. Whatever conversation Stormy is trying to have, she ain't qualified. She ain't qualified. She needs somebody qualified to have this conversation with them, a third party, because they need some serious work. It's bad. It's bad. I hate to see I hate to see siblings go at it like that. I have never in my life wanted to knock down, drag out my brother. We have never, like, you get mad at your brother, your siblings, and growing up, teenage years, all of that. But that's nothing compared to being at this big ass age arguing. Like, we've had there have been things he said I didn't like, all that, and I've told him. But it's never been a situation where we gonna fight. You gonna fight? Yeah, that's something deeper. And in those situations, therapists are needed. Anyway, Betty come back outside while they out there talking, just to stand there looking. And it's to be continued, so we will see what happens next time. I don't know why. Like, why is this the formula? One of the cast members has to bring on their rambunctious parent, whether it be a mother or a father. Somebody got to bring on their loud and rambunctious parent. Or I mean, across the board on every last show, it's like that. Why these folks bothering me about voting? Take me off the thing. When I get off here, let me hurry up and get off of whatever list that is. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.